Good morning, everybody. Lower trade in the grain markets on Tuesday. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. May corn futures down 9 cents at 646 and a quarter. May soybeans down 16 at 1558. May Chicago wheat down 15 and 3/4 cents at 789 and 3/4. May Kansas City wheat down 16 and a half at 814 and a half. May spring wheat is down 7 and 3/4 at 954 and a half. If you guys are listening on the podcast, appreciate it. Leave me a rating, leave me a review. If you're watching on YouTube, guys, hit that subscribe button. I think we can get to 4,000 subscribers this week. My goal is to get to 5,000. I know we can do it, so help me out. Hit that subscribe button, like these videos, leave me a comment. If you need some additional assistance from me, guys, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan in the upper right-hand corner. Check out my subscription service. I send my subscribers a ton of information. It's all direct from me. $49.99 a month. Morning email goes out about 6:15 or 6:20 a.m. Central every single business day. It includes every overnight headline you need to be aware of, all my grain marketing recommendations, a ton of weather information. It also includes my subscriber-only videos, which have become very popular. I did a subscriber-only video yesterday regarding seasonal patterns in the new crop soybeans, and new crop wheat markets. We're in markets that feature a lot of noise, a lot of news, a lot of volatility. Sometimes I feel it's good to kind of just cut through all that noise and look at the seasonal patterns. What do the markets typically do this time of year? When is a good time seasonally or historically? When is a good time of year to make cash grain sales? So if you guys are interested in that sort of content, I do a new video every single day. Check out that subscription deal, guys. You can cancel it at any time. There's no other obligation. I won't try to sell you anything else. Give that deal a shot. So we had some fake news yesterday. A sarcastic comment from Ukraine's president caused a late-day grain rally. Ukraine's President Zelensky was asked about Russia. He was asked about a possible invasion, and he responded kind of sarcastically. He said, yeah, the invasion is going to be February 16th. Well, the sarcasm was lost in translation, apparently, and the news wires and social media kind of ran with it. We saw a late-day spike in grain prices and energy prices. When the markets figured out that this was not, in fact, real news, we reverted lower very quickly last night. Got a number of different headlines regarding Russia and Ukraine circulating here this morning, and they're all kind of conflicting the way I see it. CBS News reporting that Russian units near Ukraine have moved into attack positions, citing an unnamed U.S. official. AP, Associated Press, reported that Russia has signaled a willingness to keep talking with the West in regard to security grievances. Other reports this morning suggest that Russia is pulling some troops back from the Ukraine border. So this news cycle is confusing. It's exhausting, but we've got to follow it. We saw yesterday what happens when the trade believes that there's something real happening here. Ukraine and Russia are huge wheat exporters. Ukraine's become a big corn exporter. There's so many different implications that are possible if there is an actual military conflict. So, guys, I don't like talking about this every day. I think that this news cycle is exhausting, but it is important to the markets. Traders expect Nopa to print a record crush number this morning. Nopa is the National Oilseed Processors Association. They'll have their monthly report out at 11 a.m. Central this morning. The trade expects a number near 186.7 million bushels. That's the amount of beans crushed in January, estimated, and that would be the best for any month on record. It would be ahead of the standing record, which was December of 2021, 186.4. So we've got very good crush margins. We're expecting a really good number today, and that is probably already discounted into the marketplace. That report will be out at 11 a.m. Central. USDA's Brazil attaché office indicated that recent estimates of the country's soybean crop may be a little bit too low. Now, I believe this report was released yesterday. It was dated February 9th. If you saw this prior to yesterday, let me know because I didn't see it. The office pegged the Brazilian soybean crop at 134.5 million metric tons. Keep in mind, CONAB last week was at 125.5. That's a difference between the two estimates of 9 million metric tons or 330 million bushels. That's a material difference. So I guess this begs the question to some degree, is CONAB too low? Are some of these private estimates too low? Maybe USDA is right and the crop is still somewhere in the mid 130s. And if that is the case, there are significant implications for the market. 300 million bushels is a big chunk, and that's a big difference. So I think if I had to guess, I think the trade is of the opinion that CONAB and a lot of the private groups are closer to reality here. Maybe USDA and their office in Brazil, maybe they're just slow playing this situation. But in any case, I found this to be interesting, certainly. Many U.S. HRW wheat areas will stay dry, and I'm going to start talking about this a little bit more here as we get closer to springtime. Your eastern areas of Kansas, eastern Oklahoma, they're going to see some rain here between now and the end of the month. Parts of like south central Kansas will see some rain, but most of your big HRW areas in those states are further west, and the areas further west are going to stay drier. So I still see a lot of problems here in regard to this U.S. HRW wheat crop in particular. Last week, USDA said in their weekly drought update that 71% of U.S. winter wheat areas are experiencing a drought. So, yeah, there's going to be some rain here and some snow or whatever between now and the end of the month. I just don't know that it's enough to necessarily alleviate this drought, especially in the western parts, central and western parts, really, of these HRW wheat areas. And these forecasts, of course, always subject to change. I mean, we're talking forecasts, a couple weeks out. Anything past 6, 7, 8 days is typically suspect, in my opinion. U.S. corn shipments improved drastically last week. Corn inspected for export totaled 1.46 million metric tons. That was up 37% on the week, up 11% versus the same week last year. Soybean shipments declined marginally on the week, but were above the same week last year by 25%. Wheat shipments improved marginally versus both last week and the same week last year. No flash sales reported yesterday. When you look at the disparity in shipments and what USDA is projecting. I mean, corn shipments are down 12% year over year. That's exactly what USDA is projecting in terms of their full year target. Wheat shipments down 17% year over year, very close to what USDA is projecting for their full year target. Soybeans is what sticks out. I mean, we're down 24% in shipments year over year. USDA is projecting a 9.3% decline. So I guess that a lot of this goes back to South America, demand for U.S. beans and old crop U.S. beans in particular. Will we see some, say, contra-seasonal shipments of soybeans, spring, summer, typically when Brazil's shipping all their beans. Brazil's going to ship a lot of beans, but they're just not going to have as much as what we thought that they'd have. So this is an interesting situation. Bird flu was detected in Kentucky. A flock of 240,000 chickens owned by Tyson tested positive for a highly lethal form of bird flu. This news triggered more restrictions on U.S. exports. China blocked poultry from the state. Global importers took similar action last week when bird flu was found in southern Indiana. That flock in southern Indiana that I talked about yesterday is only about 250 miles from this flock, this Tyson flock in Fulton County, Kentucky, which is on the Tennessee border. So you're not super far away. But in any case, this is not enough of an issue to have a material impact on feed demand, but it's something that we need to pay attention to, certainly. The cattle market was higher yesterday, just marginal gains in the live cattle and the feeder cattle contracts. Slaughter numbers still good, 121,000. That's something I've been watching closely. No cash trade yesterday, 140 was kind of the number last week. The boxes were mixed. In the outside markets, the U.S. dollar is just marginally lower. The S&P and the Dow are up sharply. The S&P's up 70 points. The Dow's up 420. Bonds are down. Precious metals down. Crude oil is down $3.12 in the April WTI at 90.36. Everybody have a great day today. I will talk to you guys same time tomorrow.